morning students. In my last video of network analysis technique, we had learned how to draw the network diagram and how to find out the critical path. Now in this video we will move forward. In very complex and large projects, instead of using the critical path, we use two other methods. First method is forward method, when we will move from first event to the sixth event, and the second one is the backward method. In the backward method we will move from the sixth event to the first event. So we have to calculate the values of forward and backward. Forward values are shown by the E and the backward values are shown by the L. Fine. So we have to find out these values starting from the E1. E1 is always 0. Here no time is there. E2 is, how much time is required from 1 to 2? It is 6. So E2 is 6. E3. What will be the E3? 6 plus 8 is 14. Next, E4. How we will calculate E4? 6 plus 10 is 16. This is the one path. Here we have two paths. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And the other path is 1, 2 and 4. 1, 2 and 4 is having the 16 value and the second path is 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 plus 8 plus 0, that is equals to 14. In forward method, you have to learn this thing that the highest value will be considered. Fine. So here we will consider 16, not 14. So E4 will be 16. Now E5. Here again we will get the two values. One value from here and one value from here. 16 plus 20 is 36. And the second value from here is 14 plus 6 is 20. So what value we will consider? We will consider the highest value, that is equals to 36. Fine. Next is under E6. E6 is equals to 36 plus 16. That is equals to 52. Fine. In this way we will calculate the E values. Now we will calculate the L values by moving from 6th to 1. So L6 will always be equal to the E6. That is 52. So here L6 will be 52. Now moving back from 6 to 5. 52 minus 16 is 36. L5 is 36. Now we will move from L5 to L4. How we will calculate L4? 36 minus 20 is 16. Fine. Now L3. 36 minus 6 is 30. But here we have again another path. 6, 5, 3 is having the 30 value. 6, 5, 4, 3. Right? So we will calculate. 36 minus 20 is 16. 16 minus 0 is 16. So we have two values. But here it will be the opposite condition. In forward method we have considered the highest value, but in the backward method we will consider the lower value. So the answer will be 30, not 16. Sorry, 16, not 30. Right? Now we will move to L2. L2 is 16 minus 8 is 8. And another way is also there. That is 16 minus 10 is 6. So which value we will consider? We will consider the smallest value, that is 6, not 8. Right? L2 is 6. Now L1, 6 minus 6 is 0. So one thing you have to remember is that even L1 is always 0 and the last event here is E6, L6 are having the same value. In this way we can calculate the value of E and L. Now we have to make one table which is having the 9 columns. I had drawn this table here. This table is having the 9 columns. First column is activity, which is given in the question. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3, 5, 4, 5 and 5, 6. Second column is duration. It is also given in the question. And the rest column values we have to find out. So first of all, we will find out the value of third column. Third column is earliest start. How we will find out the earliest start? This is the earliest start values. Fine. E1, E2, E2, E3, E3, E4 and E5. E1 is 0, E2 is 6, E3 is 14, E3 is again 14, E4 is 16 here and E5 is 36. So you have to first do the calculation of third column. Then you have to calculate the value of sixth column, not fourth and fifth. You have to do the calculation of sixth column. Sixth column is latest finish. It means L2, L3, L4, L4, L5, L5 and L6 values. L2 is 6, L3 is 16, L4 is 16, L5 is 36, L6 is 52. So you have to calculate these values. So first of all you have calculated the value of third column and then sixth column. Now it is easy for us to calculate the value of fourth, fifth and seventh column. Here I had written, for calculating the latest start you have to subtract the value of sixth column. You have to subtract the value of second column from the sixth column. By doing this we will get these values. Next column is fifth column, that is earliest finish. You will get the value by adding the values of column 2 plus column 3. Like 2 column is 6 and 3 column is first value is 0. 6 plus 0 is 6. 8 plus 6 is 14. Similarly, you can calculate all the values. Now we will calculate the value of seventh column. You can calculate these values by subtracting the value of fifth column from the sixth column. That is 6 minus 6 is 0. 16 minus 14 is 2. 16 minus 16 is 0. And similarly, you can calculate the value of seventh column also. Next, last two columns are remaining, which is free float and the independent float. Fine. Free float is calculated by subtracting the value of Lj, Ej from the seventh column. What is the value of Lj and Ej? This is I and this is J. Whenever you are talking about the J values, you have to consider these. And when we are talking about the I values, you have to consider these numbers. Lj minus Ej. First is 2. Lj and L2. L2 is what? 6. And Ej is what? E2, that is 6 minus 6 is 0. And the seventh column value is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. In this way you can calculate the values of 8th column. And the last column is the independent float. Similarly, you have to subtract the difference of Li and Ei from the 8th column. What is Li and Ei? Li and Ei are these, like L1 minus E1, L2 minus E2, L2 minus E2, L3 minus E3. Find out the difference and then subtract it from the values of the 8th column. In this way you can prepare this table. This table and this question, the formation of network diagram, finding out of the critical path, then forward method, backward method and this table, that is activity duration, start, finish, float. These values are very important from the exam point of view. I hope you will understand this problem. Try to revise it at your end and try to do another example from the book, any book of the operation research. And let me know what problem you are facing. Just follow the formulas that I had written at the top, like, fine. You can calculate the values very easily from these formula. So first practice network diagram, then find out critical path and then go for this table. Fine. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe.